Buckle up, Jetsetters. First, we take you to Philly for a Christmas holiday treat you have to put on your winter schedule.
Next, we go to a Vegas neighborhood to find an Italian pizza food truck that feels like it just drove in from Italy.
Next, we go to the kitchen to make you this luscious rack of lamb that will take you less than a half hour.
And then we take you to one of the iconic golf courses in the world in North Carolina. Come join us at Pinehurst No. 2.
Welcome, everybody. Cheers. Ooh, good cling. How about that one? All right, we are going to take you to Philadelphia, but we're going to get you ready for holiday season. Philadelphia is a great place to go for the holidays. I mean, if you're a sports fan, the Eagles are still playing. You got the Flyers, you got the 76ers, you got Villanova, you got college basketball. Great place to go, and the food is just incredible. So we would say if you want to go find a place for the holidays, Philly's a great spot.
Oh, absolutely. And there's so much to do beyond the holidays. Even when you're there during the holidays, we've got a great Italian, legit Italian place called Little Nona's. And yes, Nona is Italian grandmother, and it tastes like your grandmother made this food. Plus, it's owned by 2 women. Then we also have the Rocky Steps, quintessential Reading Market, a legendary thing that you've got to go to, and a great brunch spot. So enjoy.
Stella.
Philadelphia is the city of brotherly love and so much more.
Philly is a fabulous city for food, fun, and filled with culture and a historic past that you won't find anywhere else.
And it's especially wonderful at the most wonderful time of the year, Christmas.
In that spirit, first, we are going to the Christmas show and river rink at the Blue Cross Riverfront, also known as Penn's Landing.
You can skate to your heart's content and enjoy holiday festivities.
Now, artists from shows like The Voice and America's Got Talent delight you with Christmas songs while skaters and dancers perform alongside them.
There's also a tree lighting and fireworks.
Now, if this doesn't put you in the holiday mood, then nothing will.
Up next for your holiday enjoyment is this, the Christmas Village at City Hall.
It's filled with festive fun and holiday fare that is perfect for the whole family.
Grab a selfie at the famous Philly love sign.
And skate in the giant skating rink that sits in the middle, surrounded by arts and crafts booths and spots to warm up and grab a libation or two.
And you won't want to miss the enormous and stunning Christmas tree, jam-packed with sparkling lights and twinkly ornaments.
Nearby, don't miss the Macy's department store windows and holiday decor.
It's one of the oldest and largest retail stores in America, and they go all out to deck the halls.
The Grand Court organ, the world's largest playing pipe organ, plays twice a day and stirs up some classic holiday traditions.
Hungry? Sabrina's Cafe is a cozy place to grab a bite.
Now, we dove into the autumn specials and got this delicious dish called Oh Autumn, Please Don't Ever Leaf Me, Mexi Benny.
And as long as that name is, it is twice as good and bursting with fresh ingredients like roasted butternut squash, chorizo, caramelized red onions, avocado, and eggs, and topped with chipotle hollandaise.
Next up, the Hello Gorgeous special French toast.
Are you sensing a putty theme with these names? Yes, I said it.
Another yummy treat of brioche stuffed with cinnamon spiced mascarpone, apple cranberry apricot chutney, coffee cake crumbles, apple cider, and caramel sauce.
Definitely for the sweet tooth in the family.
And finally, this tasty, don't be afraid of falling eggs Benedict. Need we say more?
All of the staff are welcoming and warm, and you'll feel just like family.
All right, time now to work off some of that food, and we've got just the place for you, the Rocky Steps.
Feel free to run or walk to the top and congratulate yourself just like Rocky did when you get there.
Now, this is a must-do, not only for the calories you'll burn, but also the amazing views of the city when you get to the top.
Time to check out one of the greatest markets in the country, the Reading Terminal Market.
It is a food lover's paradise that's been around since 1893 and jam-packed with every kind of food imaginable under the sun and then some.
Whether you want to pick up some butcher-cut meats or produce or deli, Grab a classic Philly cheesesteak or pizza slice, and even fresh oysters and fish. It's all right here.
You can even put together your own charcuterie board with the huge array of fresh cheeses and juicy cold cuts that are available.
Or just sit down and dine right here if you like. And don't forget dessert on your way out.
Ready for a cocktail? Philly has bars abounding, just waiting for you to come inside.
We checked out Bar Lee, one of the city's hotspots for drinks and sports in Chinatown.
Every game is available to watch, and they have a massive cocktail list, as well as 60 beers on tap.
The luscious lychee teeny should be on your list to try. It's a lychee flavor bomb all the way.
The Barley Mule is a classic mule that won't let you down.
And if you're in the mood for something tropical, try the Mango Mania Madness with coconut and mango Malibu rums, triple sec, and orange and mango juices.
Now, another must-see on your list should be the Liberty Bell.
The Liberty Bell originally hung inside Independence Hall, and now it's on display for all to see and be reminded of the freedom it represents.
Independence Hall is also where the Declaration of Independence and Constitution were debated, adopted, and signed.
You'll also want to take the historic district walk, guided by signs.
And see things like the first and second banks of the United States and Carpenter's Hall, where the first Continental Congress met.
And don't miss a walk through the beautiful and historic Washington Square.
Inspiring tributes are displayed here to the men and women who fought for our freedoms, including the original tomb of the unknown soldier.
This is now the eternal flame of freedom.
And finally, check out America's oldest theater, the Walnut Street Theater.
We're thinking you're hungry right about now, so let's get to our hidden gem and Jetsetter find in Philly.
This is Little Nonas, and it's about as magical Italian-American as you can get.
It's so hidden, there are no signs outside.
Here is how you'll find it. A charming red and white awning adorns the restaurant located in Midtown Village.
All the food at Little Nonas is authentic with a creative twist, as you'll see.
And they have a fabulous wine list, including a wonderful Sangiovese that we selected.
Started with a deliciously fresh gem lettuce Caesar with lemon anchovy dressing.
And then these beautiful wild mushroom arancini with buffalo mozzarella and truffle aioli. Fabulous.
Next up, rigatoni alla vodka. Perfectly cooked and served with house-ground garlic sausage and crispy prosciutto.
And this stunner, Sunday gravy. It doesn't have to be Sunday to order it, and it is a doozy.
Slow-braised beef short rib, authentic meatballs made from beef, veal, and pork, plus sweet fennel sausage and served with broccoli rabe. Can you even stand how good this is?
Oof. You can also get good old-fashioned spaghetti with meatballs, and the homemade meatballs are ginormous.
Or one of our faves, cacio e pepe.
Here it's served with charred escarole and roasted parsnips for an inventive twist on the classic.
So be sure to check out Little Nonas when you're in Philly. You will be so glad you did.
And finally, we take you to Xfinity Live,
where there are three, yes, three, stadiums all in one place for your sports viewing pleasure.
There's lots more to explore here, too, at this interactive experience venue.
And of course, there's beer. Philly is known for its beers.
And we couldn't let you go without one of the most iconic foods of Philly, the Philly cheesesteak.
We got these from Geno's Steaks.
And if that's not enough cheesesteak for you, try these cheesesteak egg rolls. Yes, egg rolls.
So good. And these loaded fries with pimento cheese and spicy sausage gravy are a perfect side.
A trip to the cultural and historic city of Philly, brotherly love and freedom is worth your time whenever you go.
And the city especially shines during the holidays with a charm that transports you to a magical place.
Okay, so just so everyone knows, Stella is from Tennessee Williams' Streetcar Named Desire, Marlon Brando. You said Stella. Actually, it's Adriana. She's Rocky's girlfriend, wife. And you're a literature major, but I'm the one that has to let him know about this stuff.
No, I was doing Sylvester Stallone playing the Tennessee Williams role there. So
Marlon
absolutely.
Brando.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so
All
that's
right.
what he was doing. So that's all it was.
Stallone does Brando.
Yes.
I could see it.
So
Can
there.
make it work.
Works for me. Hey, when we come back, we've got more Italian for you, except it's going to be a food truck in Las Vegas.
For a refreshing and extremely healthy drink to go with everything, try this one.
It is called A1C, and it's conceivably the healthiest drink ever made.
A1C is the first scientifically designed diabetic drink in the history of the world, and we love it.
And it's just not for people with diabetes, although it is great for that. Anyone can enjoy the wonderful health benefits and delicious flavor.
Go to a1cdrinks.com to try it and use coupon code Jetsetter1 for a 5% discount.
Cheers, Jetsetters. Keep your employees focused on the customer. How? Bring in full HR with Greg Taylor. Brent Jackson from Breakfront Software did.
I don't care about taking that internally, no matter how many employees we have, because I want all of our employees focused on what's going to continue to get us where we want to go, and let Greg and his team handle all those things that just are a distraction to us and our vision and our goals.
To find out more, go to fullhr.com.
Undercover Jetsetter is booming.
We are looking for partners to attract consumers interested in travel, food, mixology, wine, restaurants, and golf.
Your business and expertise will be profiled on our shows and online segments that will provide you with valuable marketing tools which you can use on your sites.
And your business will also gain exposure to our Undercover Jetsetter global reach of over 120 million across all of our platforms.
Drop us a line here and let's partner up together.
We are in Cozumel, Mexico.
You may have noticed, but the majority of Undercover Jetsetter is shot on the iPhone.
So that means you can create your own TV show.
You may want to have great vacation videos.
Well, we've made it easier for you with our book. It's called The TV Studio in Your Hand.
It's a quick read, and you can get it here.
So bring us along for your next vacation video or your new TV show.
And welcome back. Of course, we can never get enough Italian, no matter where we are, whether it's at a restaurant or we're out on the street. You actually found a food truck that was fabulous.
Oh, absolutely. It's a pizzeria on wheels. You got to hear the story. The chef is an amazing Italian woman, and she built this pizza truck in Italy, brought it over to Las Vegas.
It's a piece of Italy right in Las Vegas.
This woman-owned pizza truck was built in Italy for maximum pizza style and flavor.
Then it was shipped to the U.S. for our enjoyment and pizza pleasure.
The state-of-the-art pizza truck is the brainchild and passion of Chef Floriana Pastore, a World Pizza Champion Award winner.
Her passion for food was inspired by her grandmother.
When I was little, very young, I started to cook with my grandma, and from that moment, we always used to make bread and pizza and fresh pasta together. I was little on the top of the chair and working on the table, so I never stopped. Yeah.
And what inspired the idea for a pizzeria on wheels?
The idea came because we love to be in different places all the time and to go to the customer, at least in the beginning. But we are looking even to have the actual pizzeria, so people they don't have to wait in this weather since we are in July.
And the pizza?
It's not only delicious, it is also light and airy while maintaining the perfect crust, thanks to the genuine wood-fired oven.
Their best-selling pizza, the Diablo, is what we ordered.
They only use hand-selected authentic ingredients, just like you'd get in Italy. It is, as you would assume, delicioso.
The diavola usually, is our spicy Italian salami. So we don't do the pepperoni, so we do the authentic diavola, and that is for sure the most popular.
Too good. Fabulous.
We asked these two new Jetsetters what they thought.
I got the di viola, spicy pepperoni, really good. Yeah, really surprised, especially with the oven in a truck. I was just not really sure what to expect, but I heard good things and it's really good. I don't know how they do it with that oven, but it comes out great.
The prosciutto and mushroom without prosciutto, so just the mushroom. I actually really like. I've never gotten mushroom on a pizza before, but I was just curious, and I actually really like. I think it adds a good texture to it that I've never really had on another pizza, and so I would highly recommend getting mushrooms here.
Perfect. We would have gotten you a shot of their pizzas, but they had already eaten them all up.
They were sorry. No, they weren't sorry.
And Chef Floriana's favorite pizza?
I love the margarita. I like to create always different flavors, a different combination, but my favorite is always the margarita. Fior di latte and fresh mozzarella, tomato, and fresh basil.
Now, if you are anywhere in the Vegas area and you want to try pizza just like it is in Italy, then you need to hit up this truck.
Here's how to find them on social and get the weekly schedule. Prego Bellas. Okay, so you saw those pizzas. Legit, amazing, authentic, phenomenal.
The look on your face was more enticing because it was like, oh my God.
I couldn't get enough of that. I could have shoved the whole thing in my mouth. It was so good.
It did look great. All right, folks, when we come back, we've got more good things for your taste buds. You like lamb? We've got a recipe for you right here. Stick around. Now, I've got to admit, I love lamb. Since I was a kid, like my mom would say, it's your birthday, what do you want for your birthday? I would always say a leg of lamb with garlic put in there. And I was like 8, 9, 10 years old, and I did it all the time. I am a nut for lamb. Now, there's a lot of people that don't like lamb. Like my wife, Terry, she's not crazy about lamb. So I've got to make it on my own, but we found a great recipe that's easy and perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. And I ate a lot of lamb growing up because, of course, in Australia. So my mom loves lamb. She made a lot of lamb too. So we were nuts over lamb. We had to do this for you.
Take a look.
Some of you may think that lamb is difficult to cook.
Well, we have a recipe for a rack of lamb that is so simple you'll be shaking your head while enjoying all the incredible flavors.
Pick up this packaged rack of lamb from Costco. You can also get a similar one from Trader Joe's.
Now take the lamb out of the fridge about 30 to 60 minutes ahead of time to allow it to get to room temperature.
First, pat it dry with paper towel and then spray it with olive oil.
Sprinkle salt, pepper, and garlic powder on the meat. Then add herbes de Provence.
Flip the rack and do it on the other side as well. And place the lamb with the fat side down into the pan.
Next, preheat the oven to 400 degrees. When ready, put the rack in for 20 minutes for rare to medium rare.
If you like it done a little more, then add about 4 to 5 more minutes.
Now, when you take the meat out of the oven, put it on a board and wrap it in silver foil. Then let it rest for 10 minutes.
This is the key to most great meat. Let the meat rest before you cut into it, so that way all the juices get infused back in.
Now, carve up the chops and feast. This is a perfect medium rare.
If you want something a little closer to medium, keep the lamb in for no more than 25 minutes.
This is a foolproof and fast recipe that will wow anyone who loves lamb chops.
Lamb goes well with so many red wines, and on this night, we chose the Federalist Zinfandel.
Enjoy. Cheers.
Okay, so when you said you had a leg of lamb for your birthday at 8, did anybody else get any lamb, or was that just you ate the whole lamb?
No, I did share it, but I probably could have done it myself.
And still do.
Well, on the rack of lamb that we have here, if it's just me cooking for myself, a lot of it's digested 100% by me. And the great thing about it is that recipe's so quick and so easy.
Right. Yeah,
and
simple, easy.
And again, if you don't like it too rare, you can just step it up a couple more minutes. It's a great recipe to have, and all you got to do is find that small little rack of the lamb chops at the store, get it, you'll be perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so where are we going next?
We're going to go to Pinehurst, North Carolina.
Ooh.
And this is one of the great golf courses. This is Pinehurst number 2. It's definitely a bucket list, and we take you there.
This is a crucial putt on the 18th hole at the famed Pinehurst number 2.
And I nailed it in Payne Stewart fashion.
Yes, and we should also mention that you finished 10 strokes over your handicap.
Hey, it is Pinehurst number 2, and you are really just a winner, just finishing.
Right. Well, and this is one of the hardest and most celebrated golf courses in America, hosting more pro and amateur championships than any other American course since the late 1890s.
Pinehurst number 2, absolutely bucket list. And I don't care what your handicap is. If you love golf and you're passionate about it, head to Pinehurst No. 2 and give yourself at least one round.
Now, Kim Breel competes in big amateur events. A golfer at UNC Chapel Hill, she now has her own production company, which gets her back to Pinehurst.
Her company live streamed the 118th North-South Amateur that you hosted and got you back on No. 2 to play its hallowed grounds.
And hi everyone, we are on the legendary Pinehurst No. 2.
So you get on the grounds and you know who walked there. You know the guys, you know, they were talking about in the live broadcast 1901, and some of the names, Francis Ouimet and Bobby Jones, and of course Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer and all the greats had walked the same ground I'm walking on.
On the 18th hole, the late Payne Stewart watches over us with his iconic celebration pose from the 1999 U.S. Open.
Near the 3rd and 5th greens is the home of Donald Ross, the famous golf course architect. And yes, you have reverence still, until you realize what Ross was doing to those 2 greens before he died in 1948.
When he would sit on his top balcony of his house, the tree line was so low that when he sat out there, he could actually watch the golfers playing and putting on the golf greens on 3rd and 5th hole. And if he saw something that looked a little too easy, or he didn't see a putt that he liked the way it broke, he would venture out and would tinker with those holes periodically. And so those 2 holes particularly, you have breaks that move in ways that to the eye is very deceiving. And probably some of the most intriguing breaks I've ever experienced anywhere in the country.
That's when reverence for Pinehurst No. 2 turns to respect. How do you keep your ball on these humpback greens, let alone get the ball in the hole?
Denise, who worked with us on the live stream and also hit No. 2 with us, knows.
And so, yeah, I definitely visit a lot of greens in regulation, a lot of GVRs.
Not to be confused with the official greens and regulation stat for the rest of golf, Pinehurst, thanks to the greens at No. 2, have their own unofficial term.
Are people going to be putting off greens?
That always happens at course No. 2. We had a couple greens visited in regulation is kind of our statistic here, not necessarily greens in regulation, but GVRs, greens visited in regulation. You might see some of those tomorrow as well. But yeah, the pins are certainly going to be challenging. They're US Open style pins on a US Open golf course, so I would not be surprised if you see some balls rolling off some greens tomorrow.
That was Brian talking about the big amateur event that you covered, meaning you played in U.S. Open conditions.
Absolutely, and that had David, a good golfer, who also worked on the live stream, talking to himself after his first time playing here.
I'm still sort of battered and bruised. It sort of wore me out a little bit. I did not play my best. It's a hard course, but I didn't play very well at all. It's a tough one.
He had some problems on the 18th hole.
That's what I would call insult to injury. I was already hurting and injured, and then I added the insult, or vice versa, I don't know which. But yeah, I ended up picking up. I don't even know what I took on that score.
Well, you know, here's one thing I'll tell you, because I heard this from a great preacher. He said, you got to have perseverance.
That's right. I persevered until I didn't.
You see, David is a preacher with his church in Newbern, North Carolina. So even this course setup could make you question the Almighty's benevolence.
No matter what comes my way, I'm going to persevere. I'm going to finish this race that's set before me. I'm going to press on.
Pretty awe-inspiring, I would say. And that may have been what got the better of me, just wanting to play well at a place like that. Maybe I'm weak-minded and I let it get the best of me, but it was a great time.
So how do you approach Pinehurst No. 2 if it's your first time?
Well, first, get a caddy and walk.
And No. 2 is probably the best walking golf course in America. It's a classic old school design. All the tee boxes are right off every green. And it's not a lot of elevation, and you can get around pretty easily, aside from the fact that the golf course is going to put a strain on you around the greens.
Then, listen.
There are definitely certain breaks out here that are going to go up against the slope. You can see a slope that might be going looks like it goes left to right or right to left, and the break actually breaks up the slope. And then you have other greens where you got an upslope, but the ball will ride fast up the upslope because you're going down to, on the opposite side, a low part of the golf course.
If you don't shoot 80 at home, you're not going to shoot 80 out at Pinehurst.
Get on number 2, slow down. You're going to be in a hurry because it's exciting and it's fun. Slow down, slow swings. Take your time. When you get on the greens, really slow backswing, really rhythmic coming through, because those greens are fast. They're always fast. Don't try to get more out of your game than what you have.
After your tiring and exhilarating round on number 2, then head to The Deuce, the restaurant right off the 18th hole.
Great wings, killer Philly cheesesteak, and a buffet with their own pastrami. But you will definitely need this, the specialty drink called The Deuce.
It is their version of a mule, rosemary and ginger muddled together with Covington's North Carolina sweet potato vodka, ginger beer garnished with rosemary and lime.
You will leave here with a smile on your face.
And coming back again, as we will.
Now that has got to be on your bucket list if you're a golfer. Now even if you're not a golfer, you should be going to Pinehurst. Pinehurst is a great spot. Not only the great golf courses, there's a lot of hiking there, there's great restaurants. In fact, we've got an episode coming up about people staying there, staying and playing, and we had like 16 of us there at a house. So it's superb. It's a great place to go. Put Pinehurst on your bucket list.
Now, is it easy to get to?
Actually, it is. If you land in Raleigh, North Carolina, it's really only about an hour drive or so away. So it's not that far. Even if you're on the coast, it's not bad at all.
Perfect. All right. Well, that's it for us this time. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next time on Undercover Jetsetter. Cheers.
Cheers. Got a drink?
You always do that.
I do.
You may not have noticed, but the majority of Undercover Jetsetter is shot on the iPhone. So that means you can create your own TV show, or you may want to have great vacation videos. Well, we've made it easier for you with our book. It's called The TV Studio in Your Hand. It is a quick read, and you can get it here. So bring us along for your next vacation video or your new TV show.
Undercover Jetsetter helps you jet set the world and at home, bringing you travel, food, wine, mixology, and golf. With a reach of 120 million on social media and streaming networks worldwide. We're on Facebook, X, and Instagram. Check us out on YouTube, Wingding TV, Canyon Star TV, and DB TV. If you have any questions, comments, or requests, drop them in the comments below.